name's Abe Weil. I'm a third-year PhD student in the Department of Gender and Women's Studies. Thanks to the support from WOSAC, this past summer I was able to travel to Sweden to an international conference with my advisor. The ongoing support's been incredible and unique part of our department here, and for that I thank you.
Hi, my name is Kate Freeman, and I'm a fourth-year PhD student in the Gender and Women's Studies program. I work in Guatemala, and I study the tourism sector there in order to understand some of the forms contemporary capital accumulation is taking and the role of race, class, gender, and sexuality in this process. I have received 4 travel grants from WOSAC over the years, I think 4, and all of these have gone to attend conferences all over the country in order to talk about this very subject matter. Without these travel grants, I would not have been able to attend these conferences, and so I'm very grateful to WOSAC for the funding to be able to talk about my research with other people. Thank you, WOSAC.
Hi, my name is Kelly Sharon, and I'm a third-year PhD student in the Department of Gender and Women's Studies. Thanks to the generous support from WOSAC, I was able to travel to the National Women's Studies Association conference this past year. That experience provided me with the ability to engage in ongoing scholarly conversations around my work, and I look forward to the continued support from WOSAC to have those opportunities. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dylan McCarthy Blackston, although I go by Rocket, and I'm a second-year PhD student in the Department of Gender and Women's Studies. My work primarily focuses on transgender studies, visual culture studies, and transnational and post-colonial theory. And I have been helped by WOSAC twice to attend 2 separate conferences where I presented papers, which was instrumental in allowing me to go to those conferences. So thank you for providing funding to graduate students, because without that funding we would often not be able to attend and meet people who are in our fields who are doing important work in gender and women's studies. The first conference that I got some funding to go to was the Soma Technics International Conference, which happened to be in Linköping, Sweden. And Professor Susan Stryker was co-facilitating that conference and helped get myself and one of my colleagues in the department, Abe Weil, to that conference. And I met some incredible people, 2 of whom asked me to then submit this paper in its longer version to their journal. So just that in and of itself enabled me to network, make critical connections with people in the field. And again, WOSAC was a primary source of funding that enabled me to go to that conference. Then the other conference that WOSAC helped me fund was the National Women's Studies Association conference this past fall in 2013 in Cincinnati. And there I was again able to meet people in the field, but also present on a panel with 2 colleagues from the department, Abe Weil and Kelly Sharon, and then another person who was on our panel from another university. And so WOSAC has really just been an important resource for me, and I think many other people in the department, in kind of the process of professionalization and enabling us to go to conferences, to meet people in our field, to meet other graduate students doing this work, which is sometimes difficult to do online in a really meaningful way. Sometimes having face-to-face conversations is still just so important to pushing our work forward, and having people question you as you're presenting a paper and after you present a paper really pushes you to start to really fold other people's feedback into your work in ways that conferences enable and often you don't get in other venues. So I also have just really appreciated the events that WOSAC has put on, and I have had some really meaningful conversations with at least Cynthia and many other people who have engaged me not just in a scholarly way, but also in a personal way. And it's just nice to know that you have people who are not just supporting your department financially, but who are also invested in students, who are invested in, you know, how things are going for them, how their participation in the department is going, how their courses are going, how their lives are. And that's really meaningful to me. So I appreciate all of the aspects of WOSAC's support of gender and women's studies.